Hey guys, good afternoon. I just wanted to hop on really quick and make a video. I saw this video from I Hate Dogs the other day and I thought it was really important, really interesting, so I wanted to add some comments. This is a topic I've covered in the past, but I touched on it more briefly, so I wanted to make a short video kind of uh, just on this topic alone.
Poor baby born, please don't cry anymore, 'cause your mommy is here, baby born, baby born. When baby born cries, she's thirsty.
So this is a commercial from 1991 for the Baby Born doll, which I desperately wanted. I remember this commercial vividly. I'm a child of the 90s, and I wanted this doll specifically because you could feed it, change its diapers, you can even make its own baby food.
Let's give her a bottle. Just like a real baby, she's wet her diaper. Baby born, baby born. Look at all the things baby born's got. Doesn't that taste good? Baby born does everything. No batteries required. Baby born by Zap for toys that children dream of.
Toys that they dream of? Let me ask y'all something. How popular are these types of toys today? And
Yeah, so I talked about this before, but I remember about a year ago going into Target and seeing just the shelves were lined with toys like this one. This is Barbie Life in the City, Brooklyn doll with walk and potty dog. Toy set with tail activated pooping pet puppy. So yeah, why would you want to have a baby? You could just scoop fake poop and prepare yourself for a happy life as a dog mom. Uh, on a small digression, but there is an insane amount of poop related children's toys and books nowadays. I don't know if any of you have noticed this, but when I look through the children's book and toy section, you wouldn't believe the amount of titles there are just surrounding poop and butts, and I find that very depraved and weird. I think we live in a kind of sick society. I get that, you might think I'm uptight and maybe it's just fun and quirky and the kids think it's hilarious. I don't think it's fun and cool to teach kids to like pretend to play with feces. I find it disturbing and weird. But here you have a service dog Barbie playset with wheelchair, ramp, and accessories. I wonder if any of these accessories are a poop scooper. Looks like it's just treats. Um, yeah, there's just so many different versions of these Barbie doll dog toys. There's, what is this one? You have Puppy Mill Barbie playset. Oh, look, she's even got the puppies and baby carrier around her torso. I've seen people carrying dog this in real life with baby carriers, and here, you can make the dog poop out the babies basically. So you got Puppy Mill Barbie. Um, you have another, I think, poop scooping Barbie. Yeah. So, um, if you wanted to make an actual, big Barbie playset with this, uh you'd have a Barbie neighbor's house, so she could leave the poop at the neighbor's house. That would be the Barbie dream set for a dog nutter Barbie. Uh, dogs and stroller Barbie. I've seen, pet sitter Barbie, um, another dog and stroller, another poop scoop, dog walker Barbie with a dog in a stroller. I mean, I was just blown away by the different numbers of these. You have a veteran, oh, here's pup adoption playset, which we know dogs can't be adopted, but And if you are adopting a dog, you're likely getting a Mick the Mauler or like Annie Hornish's dog that had previous bite incidents and then went on to kill a 95-year-old woman. We covered that in Animal Uncontrol's last voice chat I was on. I mean, yeah, here you have another Barbie spa day, newborn puppy, puppy mill Barbie, Nutter couple Barbie playset. I mean, it's just insane the number of these now. And I don't remember this being a thing when I was a kid. I'm sure there were dog toys. I know that there were, but the level of it now is just insane. Um, I've even seen a Barbie dog spa. What is this one? Splish Splash Pup. Yeah, so Barbie and Stacy with two pet dogs. I mean, like I said, I could spend an entire video just going through these, and I don't want to do that. There's more important topics I want to cover in this video, but just to demonstrate the amount of toys there are now with promoting this dog mom Barbie lifestyle, which is another thing we've talked about when I had my guest O on, is the dinks and dinkwad couples, so dual income, no kids with a dog. I'll get into that in a second. I want to play a little bit more of this.
Instead of commercials like this, again, this was 1991. You don't see.
So he
So
goes into
what
the
went
birth
down?
rates declining, and then I think he talks about, yeah, Toys R Us sales declining in the 90s. They've actually since declared bankruptcy. Um, and I looked up a few statistics on this. In 2023, toy sales dropped 8%, but the industry in total has experienced a $5.7 billion increase in sales since 2019. However, an interesting market study showed that the reason the toy industry is showing a softening decline in 2024 was because in Q1, consumers aged 18 and older accounted for more toy sales than any other age group, surpassing preschoolers for the first time. So, this seems like a very millennial thing to me, um, because so many of these dink or dinkwad couples are choosing to delay or completely avoid becoming parents. They're spending more time in this kind of arrested development nostalgia world where they're the ones now um, buying toys for themselves. So here it says the adult toy market has been a hot topic since the pandemic and continues to be an opportunistic area. Adults aged 18 and older contributed over $1.5 billion in sales in the first quarter of 2024 alone, overtaking the 3 to 5-year-old segment to become the most important age group for the toy industry. 43% of adults purchased a toy for themselves in the past year. So, along with the decline in birth rates and the decline in the toy industry last year, most of the growth, or like a large proportion of the growth in the toy industry, is actually not due to children, it's due to adults buying toys for themselves. And so you can find other articles that go into this um, from this year. I mean, this is new. This is new data. And the pet toy industry actually is, I think, outpacing the growth. Um, so pet toy markets reach $18.4 billion globally by 2032. And this breaks down, so I really trust these market research papers because, you know, they're capitalists, they want the money, they want to understand their customer base, they want to know where to make the most money. And so they do serious studies and analysis on this, on marketing and customer and, market segment breakdowns. I think they even break down the type of toys, maybe in a different article, or a different study. Um, of course, the dog segment maintains its leadership status throughout the forecast period. So the dog segment was the major share contributor in 2022, accounting for more than two-fifths of the global pet toy market revenue, and is estimated to maintain its leadership status throughout the forecast period. 65.1 million households own dogs in the US. So yeah, I mean, you can read through a lot of these studies uh, if you want more details and more information. Um, but yeah, so children um, are being outpaced in toy in the market share of the toy market by adults, and the dog toy industry is growing, um, which I think you know really is kind of connecting some dots here with our nutter culture, our increasingly detached from reality culture, um, the nostalgia culture and the arrested development culture all kind of coalescing into these dinkwad impacts on economic markets in these types of, like
Early
the toy industry.
1990s. Toys R Us said we got a problem. And this now I want y'all to take a look at this video that surfaced a few hours ago.
Yeah, so the other part of this video, which I think is even more important and something I wanted to talk about more, is these little girls who raised money specifically to buy dog toys for these dogs in an animal shelter in Lafayette, in Greater Lafayette area in Louisiana.
Well, two girls are using money they raised from selling lemonade to buy toys for dogs at a local shelter. Sixth graders Ava and Maddie.
I just think this is sad. Obviously, don't blame these girls at all for this. These, kids have the desire, I think, to do good most of the time. I think that's kind of an innate thing, and they're honest and genuine and very earnest. So I feel like they're an accurate reflection of what this culture is teaching them. The dominant culture in this country now definitely, I think it's irrefutable, holds human beings to a lower level of importance than dogs. Um, and I just think this is extremely sad to see their kind of eagerness to do good and their earnestness and genuine, honest, good-heartedness being wasted like this. Um, yeah, so let's listen.
What's going on? This is around the age, and this is ages 11. They're both 11 years old. This is around that age you want.
If you think about like their background, like they're like from the streets, some of them like they're strays.
Okay, so this is the part I wanted to start getting into a little bit more. Um, I looked up some statistics on the Greater Lafayette area in this report. It's the 2023 Kids Count Data Book on Louisiana's children. So here, if you scroll down, you'll see there's two columns, right? There's total Louisiana and then the Lafayette area, which is what we're going to focus on, since that's where this video is centered in. So if you go to the Family, Community, and Safety section, you'll find that the rate for children under OJJ supervision or in custody per 1,000 is 10.6. Actually, that might be baseline data. So the latest data is in this column. So 7.3 victims of child abuse and neglect aged 0 to 17 per 1,000, 6.3. Then they have that broken down by age groups. So the age of these girls is 11. So the 11 to 13 age bracket here is 3.6 per 1,000 children are victims of child abuse and neglect. And the children in foster care from the ages of 0 to 17 is 5.7 per 1,000, and the teen birth rate per 1,000 females aged 15 to 19 is 24.8. Um, so going back to the video, because they're saying, oh, it's so sad. We don't know what these dogs' background is. They're from the streets. Well, it's not that sad. Those dogs are probably on the streets because they dug out of their owner's fence or were dumped or, they might have bit someone, killed other animals, and have been picked up. They're being kept alive in these facilities where taxpayer dollars are being wasted. Even the dangerous ones are probably going to be adopted back out to the community. They're offering nothing of value to the community. Meanwhile, where are the news segments on the children in the greater Lafayette area that are, in foster care or victims of abuse? We as a society should be teaching our children that this is the segment of people that in your community that you should be most concerned about, most caring about. Do you think these children in foster care or, you know, who have been victims of abuse and neglect wouldn't like some toys, wouldn't like some supplies, wouldn't like clothes or shoes or more food or even just money you know what I mean? Like, uh, okay, let's go back and hear
And
more.
it's just like kind of sad. I mean, you don't really know what happened to all of them. And
Okay, probably nothing. Probably nothing serious happened to them. Or if it did, like, at the end of the day, it's not really an issue that human society needs to focus so much attention on because they're dogs. Okay? We know what happened, probably in a lot of cases, at least to some extent, to these kids who have experienced abuse and neglect. Something else I want to point out that I found out recently because the girls were saying how sad it is because these dogs are from the street. Well, I have read that a lot of the homeless people you encounter on the street are actually children, are homeless because they aged out of foster care. So once they hit 18, there's no longer these foster care situations or, um, you know, any type of support whatsoever, really. A lot of them are suffering from mental health and drug abuse issues because they're victims of abuse and neglect. Where are the massive amounts of institutions and where are the news reports and the fundraisers for these actually neglected and abused children? Where is the support for them once they age out of foster care? They're on the street. Why isn't that why is no one telling these girls to be sad about that? Because our society doesn't value human beings.
why they're here.
It's sad because you don't know what happened to them before they got here. So they're being taught to love and feel sorry for dogs simply because they don't know what the dog went through.
Love, even if they're just really nervous and like scared.
They have a lot of energy and they're fun to play with.
A lot of energy.
Do you think that maybe any of these kids would like to have other kids to play with, that aren't also in the foster care system? Do you think maybe there could be some fundraisers to help them get mental health support and counseling that they probably need? You know, um, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for now. Um, but I think this is a really important topic and worthy of some more discussion. There's so many pieces of this to tie together, and I think this is just really demonstrative. I don't think I've ever seen the level of reporting or concern or news specials about, children all across the country in different communities that are going through these types of situations. Actually, even in that one case that I Hate Dogs covered, where the mother, her boyfriend, and uncle had tied their 5-year-old son to a chair and then he got attacked by a pit bull. I can hardly imagine the amount of abuse and neglect that kid has gone through in his life. I think he doesn't even live with his mom anymore. I think he was living with his father or grandmother and was just visiting the mom and still experienced an insane level of abuse, but the news coverage seemed to be almost completely focused on the dog. I mean, yeah, I'll go over this more. I'm just disgusted truly with our society. And yeah, shout out to I Hate Dogs. This was a really great video he put out. And I'm going to try to put out more content too as I can. So thanks all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.